Former Vice President Mike Pence spoke at a Politics and Eggs event in New Hampshire on Wednesday. Pence took the opportunity to slam Democratic lawmakers, saying, quote, "The ruling elites in Washington have never been more out of touch with the values and ideals of everyday Americans." He also blasted what he described as a, quote, "pernicious woke agenda designed to control the American people and destroy the American dream." Ahead of the midterms, GOP leaders have taken to blasting what they describe as woke ideologies of the left. The former vice president also vowed that come November, Republicans will take back both the House and Senate.
As we gather here today, I submit to all of you, as I've said around the country, American freedom is under attack as never before. Big media, big government, even big business have locked arms to advance a pernicious, woke agenda designed to control the American people and destroy the American dream. The ruling elites in Washington have never been more out of touch with the values and ideals of everyday Americans. All that being said, I have hope. I can't help but think of a story that 40th president, who spent a fair amount of time in the Granite State years ago, used to love to tell. It's a story of a farmer who took his cow to market. He loaded the cow into the back of the truck, and the dog jumped into the cab, and as the story goes, they drove into town, got in a traffic accident. And after he survived, they ended up in court, and the attorney for the other driver involved in the accident was cross-examining the farmer. And he said, "Would you care to tell us what happened in the accident?" And he said, "Yeah, I had my cow in the back, I had my dog, and he said, this guy, he just runs straight through the intersection, and, we had a terrible crash. And dog went in one ditch, cow went in the other ditch. And he said, "Sir, but isn't it true when the sheriff showed up after the accident and asked you how you felt, you said, 'I never felt better in my life'?" And the farmer said, "Well, yeah, I reckon I did say that." And he said, "No further questions." And then his own attorney got up, what the lawyers in the room know is called redirect, and he said, "Would you care to explain the circumstances of what happened?" And he said, "Well, I reckon I would." He said, "After the accident," he said, "I woke up, I seen that sheriff cross the road. He walked over to my dog, who was all beat up and wasn't going to make it, and he pulled his revolver out, and he laid the gun down by the dog's head, and he put that dog out of its misery." And he said, "Then he walked over and saw that cow. It must have had a broke back, and we weren't going to save it. And he got his gun out and he put it down by the cow and put the cow down." And he said, "Then he walked across the street, looked down at me and said, 'And how are you feeling?' And I said, 'I never felt better in my life.'" But I got to tell all of you, I never felt better in my life. Even in these challenging times, I see an energy across this country like I've never seen before. I was there in 2010, the last time we retired Nancy Pelosi. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be bigger this year. Help is on the way. We're going to deliver a great conservative victory all across New Hampshire and all across America in November of 2022. Are you with me? 82 days from now, I think the American people are going to start a great American comeback. We're going to take back the House. We're going to take back the Senate. And just as importantly, we're going to elect and re-elect great conservative governors like your Governor Chris Sununu, who's done such an extraordinary job here in New Hampshire.